The Los Angeles Chargers just pulled off one of the most dramatic wins of the young NFL season, taking down the Denver Broncos 23-20 in a game that had fans holding their breath until the very last play. This wasn't just another regular season victory. It was a statement win. For the first time since the early 1990s, the Chargers are 3-0 inside the AFC West, sitting alone at the top of the division and suddenly forcing the entire league to take notice. This matchup was a roller coaster from the opening whistle. Denver jumped ahead with a couple of explosive plays, but Justin Herbert and the Chargers clawed back, showing the kind of resilience that has often been missing in recent seasons. The final minutes were pure chaos as penalties, big stops, and then Herbert leading a decisive drive that sealed the game and sent a message to every rival in the division. Backhand index pointing right before we dive deeper into the latest NFL updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss breaking news. Now, let's continue. Why does this matter so much? Because divisional games are the foundation of playoff races. By starting 3-0 against the AFC West, the Chargers hold the tiebreakers that could decide January football. For context, not since 1993 have the Chargers opened division play this strong, and that season ended with a Super Bowl appearance. Could history repeat itself? This win also gives Los Angeles momentum heading into a softer stretch of its schedule. Giants, Titans, Dolphins, all coming up soon. If the Chargers keep this up, they won't just be leading the division, they could be reshaping the AFC playoff picture entirely. Stay tuned, this story is just getting started. On the defensive side of the ball, the Chargers delivered one of their most disciplined performances of the season. Rookie quarterback Bo Nix was held to just 153 passing yards and a single touchdown, a testament to the suffocating coverage Los Angeles deployed all afternoon. Outside of a handful of big plays, Denver's receivers were almost invisible. Only Courtland Sutton managed significant yardage, and even that was inflated by one long gain. The run defense told a similar story. Aside from two costly bursts, the Chargers slammed the door on Denver's ground game and forced the Broncos to play from behind the sticks. This has quietly become one of the league's toughest fronts to run against, a major shift from previous seasons where Los Angeles often struggled in the trenches. The individual efforts were just as impressive. Derwin James turned back the clock with a vintage performance, 12 total tackles, 4 for loss, and a sack that rattled the Broncos' offense. Tear Tart continued his rise as an interior enforcer, disrupting plays at the line and delivering a punishing hit on Nix that drew gasps from the crowd. Dan Henley, Jamari Caldwell, and Troy Dye also stepped up in key moments, flashing depth and versatility across the defense. If there's one area still demanding attention, it's the safety play on deep shots. Two of Denver's biggest gains came when the Chargers bid on play action and left open space downfield. Cleaning that up will be critical as the schedule moves forward. Still, this was a statement performance by a defense that's fast becoming one of the AFC's most reliable units, and it sets the stage for an even bigger test in the weeks ahead. The Los Angeles Chargers have ignited the NFL conversation after one of their most thrilling victories in recent memory, a 23-20 takedown of the Denver Broncos that has left the AFC West landscape turned upside down. This wasn't just another divisional matchup. It was a defining moment for a team fighting to shed years of inconsistency and prove to the league, to its fans, and to itself that it can be a genuine contender. The win moved the Chargers to 3-0 inside the AFC West for the first time since the early 1990s, a stunning turnaround that signals something bigger might be brewing in Los Angeles. When a team dominates its division early, history shows it often sets the tone for January football, and that's exactly why the rest of the conference is now on alert. From the opening whistle, this game had a playoff feel. Denver came out swinging with an aggressive game plan designed to test the Chargers' secondary and attack the edges of their run defense. The Broncos grabbed early momentum with a pair of explosive plays, but the Chargers refused to blink. Instead of collapsing under pressure, as has happened in some recent years, Justin Herbert orchestrated steady drives, mixing quick passes with a power run game that slowly wore down Denver's front seven. Each possession felt like a battle of wills, with the momentum tilting back and forth as the crowd at SoFi Stadium roared. The turning point came late in the fourth quarter. With the game tied 20-20, the Chargers' defense forced a 3-and-out, setting up one last chance for Herbert to deliver. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't easy. But it was the kind of clutch drive that separates good teams from great ones. Herbert spread the ball to multiple receivers, took what the defense gave him, and calmly moved the chains. The drive ended with a field goal that pushed Los Angeles ahead 23-20, and then the defense slammed the door on Denver's final possession. For long-suffering Chargers fans, this was exactly the kind of composure they've been waiting for. On defense, the performance was as impressive as the final score. The Chargers held rookie quarterback Bo Nix to just 153 passing yards and a single touchdown, a remarkable feat in today's pass-heavy NFL. Los Angeles' secondary played tight, disciplined coverage that forced Nix to check down again and again. Only Courtland Sutton found any real success, and even his production hinged on one long completion. The rest of Denver's receiving core was effectively erased from the stat sheet, illustrating just how smothering this coverage unit has become. The run defense also told a story of growth. Last season, Los Angeles was repeatedly gashed between the tackles. This time, they stood tall, allowing only 2 notable bursts before adjusting and shutting down the Broncos' rushing lanes entirely. Defensive coordinator Derek Ansley mixed fronts, disguised blitzes, and rotated his safeties to keep Nix guessing. The results were obvious. Denver faced third and long far too often, which played directly into the Chargers' hands. Individually, the stars shone brightly. Derwin James delivered his best game of the season, racking up 12 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and a timely sack that sent Nix scrambling. His leadership was evident in how the defense lined up and communicated. Tear Tart brought his trademark physicality inside, collapsing the pocket and swallowing up Denver's run attempts. Rookie linebacker Dan Henley flashed the speed and instincts that made him a draft day steal, while Jamari Caldwell and Troy Dye provided the kind of depth and versatility championship teams need. For a defense that's been questioned for years, Sunday felt like a coming-of-age performance. Yet even in victory, the Chargers identified areas for improvement. Twice, they were burned on deep shots when the safeties bid on play action, leaving the back end exposed. Those lapses won't go unnoticed by future opponents. Cleaning up that discipline could be the key to turning a good defense into an elite one. Still, as the final whistle blew, it was clear this unit had taken a major step forward, one that could define the season ahead. Offensively, Justin Herbert once again proved why he's among the league's elite quarterbacks. Despite facing relentless pressure from Denver's edge rushers, Herbert threw for roughly 300 yards and a touchdown, extending plays with his legs and making precise throws into tight windows. More importantly, he displayed patience. Instead of forcing deep shots, he took what the defense allowed, leaning on his backs and tight ends to sustain drives and keep the clock moving. That level of maturity is exactly what Los Angeles needs to win close games. The story of the afternoon, though, belonged to rookie running back Omarion Hampton. Pressed into a larger role after Najee Harris suffered a likely season-ending injury, Hampton responded with a breakout performance, 70 rushing yards, a touchdown, and another 6 receptions that pushed him over 100 yards from scrimmage. His combination of power and burst kept Denver off balance, and his pass protection allowed Herbert the time he needed to throw. For a team desperate for a reliable ground game, Hampton's emergence could be the missing piece. Rookie tight end Deronda Gadsden also delivered his own breakout, snagging 5 tough catches for 46 yards and showing a knack for finding soft spots in coverage. His presence adds another dimension to an offense that already features Keenan Allen's savvy route running and Quentin Johnston's rising explosiveness on the outside. Together, this group gives Herbert a full toolbox of weapons and the confidence to spread the ball around. The win's implications for the AFC West cannot be overstated. By starting 3-0 inside the division, the Chargers now hold critical tiebreakers over all 3 rivals, the Broncos, Raiders, and even the reigning champion Chiefs. Not since 1993 have they opened division play this strong, and that season famously ended with a trip to the Super Bowl. It's far too early to make predictions, but the pattern is clear. Every divisional victory strengthens their playoff path and weakens their opponents. Momentum is also shifting off the field. Confidence in the locker room is growing, veterans are buying into the coaching staff system, and rookies are contributing immediately. That blend of experience and youth is what often propels teams deep into January. Where skeptics once saw inconsistency, they're now seeing balance, a high-powered offense paired with a disciplined, opportunistic defense. Looking ahead, the Chargers' schedule offers a chance to build on this surge. Matchups with the Giants, Titans, and Dolphins loom on the horizon, each presenting unique challenges but also winnable opportunities. A strong run-through that stretch could put Los Angeles firmly in control of the AFC playoff race before Thanksgiving. It's the kind of window contenders dream about, and the Chargers are poised to seize it if they maintain focus. But this success also comes with expectations. The margin for error in the NFL is razor thin. A few injuries or lapses in execution can derail even the most promising season. That's why cleaning up those deep coverage mistakes and maintaining offensive balance will be crucial in the weeks to come. Herbert must continue spreading the ball, Hampton must keep grinding out tough yards, the defense must remain disciplined against play action and double moves. Every detail matters now. The bigger picture, however, is unmistakable. Against Denver, Los Angeles showed not just skill but resilience. They proved they can handle adversity, adjust on the fly, and close out a tight game in the fourth quarter. Those are the hallmarks of playoff teams, and, ultimately, champions. So as the league pivots to Week 4 and beyond, all eyes will be on the Chargers. Is this the year they finally break the cycle of heartbreak and inconsistency? Are they the team best positioned to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West? Or will the weight of expectations prove too heavy? Those questions won't be answered overnight, but what happened on Sunday was more than a win. It was a signal, a loud, unmistakable signal, that the balance of power in the division may be shifting. For fans, it's an exhilarating time. For the rest of the league, it's a warning. The Chargers are no longer the team you circle on the schedule as an easy mark. They're a problem, a fast, physical, and now battle-tested problem that's only getting better each week. The 23-20 victory over Denver may be remembered as the moment Los Angeles turned a corner, the moment a talented roster found its identity and began to believe in its own ceiling. And if history is any guide, a start like this inside the division can lead to something extraordinary. The question now isn't whether the Chargers can compete. It's how far they can go, and who, if anyone, can stop them.